All right, let's jump straight into this explainer. I want you to picture an incredibly vivid, almost ultra-realistic scene. You're standing in the middle of a massive stadium. 100,000 people are screaming until their throats are literally bleeding, trembling with just raw, unadulterated rage. The air is so thick with tension, you can practically taste it. Now, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill rivalry match. Oh no. This is the scene of the ultimate betrayal. Today, we are tearing apart one of the most suspenseful, heavily debated, and honestly, dangerous stories in the entire history of sports. We're talking about a man who crossed the ultimate line and ignited a literal civil war in the football world.
Look at this quote. "They threw so many objects onto the pitch that the match nearly stopped, including a severed pig's head." Yeah, you heard that right. A severed pig's head. I really want you to feel the visceral, terrifying hostility of this exact moment. Imagine the deafening noise just crashing down from the stands. Imagine being the absolute hero, right? The untouchable symbol of an entire city, where millions of people proudly defend your name. And then, standing on the very grass you used to call home, you look up and see those exact same millions turning on you with a hatred so intense, so deeply personal, that it endangers your life.
Which brings us to the big question. How does a city's greatest hero become its most hated enemy overnight? Well, that is exactly the mystery we're unraveling today. We are going to dissect a secret, behind-the-scenes heist that completely and permanently changed football history. We'll look at the shadowy boardroom deals, the intense psychological warfare, and the exact moment one man decided to trade unconditional love for pure, ruthless ambition. And hey, stick around, because in just a couple of minutes, we're going to uncover the hidden mechanics of a trap that might actually make you question whose side you're really on. Section 1. Barcelona's beloved golden boy. Okay. Let's take a breath and step back from the fury for a second. Because before all the hatred, before the debris literally raining from the sky, there was nothing but pure worship.
As you can see here, with the rise of a hero, we're talking about a guy with a brilliant early career who makes a life-changing move to FC Barcelona. He wasn't just a player, he was the beating heart of the city. He earns the captain's armband, wins massive trophies, and gains this unconditional love from millions of fans. Now, what's really interesting about this is just how incredibly high his pedestal was. He was dictating the tempo of the game, carrying the dreams of millions on his shoulders, and heading straight for the Ballon d'Or. But here is the hook. While the fans were busy worshiping him, a covert, unthinkable operation was quietly being set in motion in the shadows. A storm was gathering that would detonate this entire legacy. Section 2. A secret election promise. We are plunging right into a suspenseful, true crime boardroom atmosphere now. Enter Florentino Perez.
Let's look at this timeline because this is basically a ticking clock strapped to the football world. Week 1, Perez, a massive underdog, launches his campaign for the presidency of Real Madrid, Barcelona's fiercest rival. He needs a miracle to win. So, week 2, he makes an impossible promise to sign Luis Figo. It sounded like absolute fiction. By week 3, nobody in the media or public believes him. They're laughing it off as a desperate stunt. But then, week 4 hits. A secret agreement is struck. Behind closed doors, Perez basically sets a financial bear trap. He offers Figo's agent a massive sum of money just to sign a pre-contract. If Perez loses, Figo keeps the cash. Sounds like free money, right? But the lethal catch was, if Perez miraculously won, Figo had to join Real Madrid, or personally pay a penalty fee so astronomical it would bankrupt him.
Section 3. The impossible transfer happens. Let's make this personal for a second. Have you ever been offered a massive promotion or a giant salary bump by a fierce competitor? It's a gut-wrenching decision.
Now take that immense personal pressure and multiply it by 1,000,000. Against all odds, Perez actually won the election. The trap snapped shut. Confronted with a penalty he couldn't pay, the impossible transfer was forced into reality, and the shockwaves were instantaneous. Look at this stark contrast. On the left side, you have the Barcelona captain, loved by millions, but literally overnight, on the right side, he becomes public enemy number 1. Jerseys are burned. Grown men are sobbing in the streets. The emotional devastation here is almost unmatched in sports history. But you guys, the absolute worst was still to come. Section 4. The climax. Enemy number 1 returns. Because death threats arriving in the mail are one thing, but having to physically step back into that stadium, that is a whole different level of terror.
He was returning to his old fortress, but this time wearing the immaculate white shirt of Real Madrid. Riot police were on standby, and as the text here says, the match stopped. A severed pig's head lay on the pitch. The hostility was so incredibly toxic that the referee had to physically halt the match. Every time he went near the sideline, the sky rained debris, glass bottles, heavy coins, lighters. And then, captured perfectly in the chaos, the pig's head, a visceral symbol of greed. The sheer terrifying tension of this moment cemented it instantly as the most infamous incident in football history.
Section 5. Was he really the villain? So, the crucial point is, was this black and white traitor narrative entirely fair? Let's strip away the raw emotion for a second.
Because when you look at it impartially, the picture gets remarkably complicated. On the left side, sure, he's the ultimate traitor. Fans expected loyalty, and he destroyed their trust for a bigger paycheck. To the pure fan, there's zero debate. But look at the right side, the modern pioneer. Football is fundamentally a ruthless business. He was offered a superior opportunity, better terms, and a central role in a historic project. The club wouldn't hesitate to sell him if his form dropped, so why should he hesitate to upgrade his own career? It's this massive psychological conflict between pure emotional loyalty and cold, hard professional ambition.
Section 6. Legacy of a Judas. To truly judge this story, we have to look beyond the severed pig's head and the deafening boos to see what actually happened next. Did the immense weight of being a villain break his spirit? Well, here's the aftermath. He won the prestigious Ballon d'Or, he secured massive trophies with Real Madrid, and he cemented a historical, albeit highly controversial legacy. And this brilliantly illustrates the reality of his choice. His ruthless ambition actually paid off perfectly. He didn't crumble, he elevated his game. He became the centerpiece of the legendary Galacticos era. His so-called treason resulted in massive professional success, even if it meant accepting his permanent role as the ultimate villain in Catalonia.
So I'll leave you with this question. Was Luis Figo a traitor who sold his soul? Or was he simply the first modern superstar to recognize his true market value and choose ambition over blind loyalty? Think about it. If you were offered the world and a guarantee of glory, would you have left your loyalists behind? Drop your personal take on the loyalty versus ambition debate in the comments below. I'd love to read them. And if you love diving deep into the suspenseful hidden histories behind the world's greatest stories, absolutely hit that subscribe button. We've got plenty more explainers coming your way. Catch you on the next one.